thank you for watching my channel. Today I want to show you how you can crochet an earring like this. It's crocheted around a hoop like this one, and I want to show you how you can crochet that. This hoop, this ring, is 4.5 centimeters in diameter on the inside. So this is what I'm going to show you. I'm using Katia Capri mercerized cotton, and it's for a 2.5 3 millimeters crochet hook. So first we are making, and I'm using a 2.5 millimeters crochet hook. First make a slip knot, and just make sure your tail is not that long, so you can crochet along the tail, and then you don't have to weave in the ends at the end. And then just grab your earring, your hook with the loop on top of it, and your tail on top of the earring too, and your working thread is over here. And what I like to do is to make sure it's nice and tight when I'm crocheting. So just crochet tight around this hoop, or your work will be very loose and it won't be nice on your earring. So what we're going to do is we make single crochets like this. Just put your hook through the hoop and grab your yarn, and now just finish your single crochet. And I like to make sure it's tight, so I'm pulling with my fingers over here to make sure it's tight. Sometimes I'm a little bit struggling because the thread is thin and crocheting around the hoop might be difficult sometimes. So just make single crochets on top of your hook or your earring, and make sure you are crocheting over your tail so you don't have to weave in ends at the end when you are done. And you can see I'm pulling it tight with my fingers over here, so my stitches are nice and crisp. And it doesn't matter that the single crochets are over here, because at the end we are moving them back at the top of your earring. And now just make 40 single crochets around your earring. So 40 single crochets, and I'll be back with you when I'm at the end. Okay, so I crocheted 40 single crochets, and I'm just moving the stitches nice and even over the earring. Now just chain 1 and just put the stitches to the inside of your earring, because we are crocheting inside of the earring. So grab your yarn, and then in the first stitch make a slip stitch, and keep making sure your stitches are tight. Okay, so for now, here's your slip stitch. Skip 1 stitch, and in the next stitch make a single crochet, because we want to make decreases in this row, or else your work will be very wobbly inside of the earring. You can see that the stitches are moving upwards. That's not a problem, because we can still put them to the inside at the end. Okay, so I made a single crochet over here, skip a stitch, make a single crochet in the next stitch, and don't forget about to put your hook through both loops or the V of your stitches. Skip a stitch, in the next one make a single crochet, and just continue this for the rest of your row. And at the end you will have to make a slip stitch. I'll be back with you at the end when I'm done, because at the end you have to make a slip stitch so you get this nice V in the center of your earring. Okay, so I'm at the end, and in the last stitch make a slip stitch. Okay, like this. Chain 1 and turn your work. Put that crochet row to the inside. Okay, so for now, in that first stitch make a slip stitch, and then here's your slip stitch, skip one stitch, skip one stitch, in the next stitch make a double crochet, because now we're making the part that is open, and it's a little bit difficult to put it on camera because we are crocheting in a hoop, so we're making this part over here, and I have to move it a little bit. Okay, so here's your double crochet, skip one stitch, and in the next one make a double crochet, and this row is just about double crochets. So skip a stitch and in the next stitch make a double crochet. Skip a stitch, in the next stitch a double crochet. Just do this until you are at the end, and then you have to slip stitch, so you get that nice V at the end when your earring is done. And just try to make it as tight as you can, so your crochet work is not wobbly when it is done. Okay, so I'm at the end now. You can see I have 2 stitches left, and this is just a turning stitch, so skip one stitch and then make in the next stitch a slip stitch. So now your work gets that nice round opening over here. Chain 1, turn your work, and then in that first stitch over here make a slip stitch, and then between the double crochets make a single crochet. And I'm just holding my yarn like this because otherwise I just cannot hold it very good to make the stitches. So on the next opening over here make a single crochet, and in every opening between the double crochets make a single crochet. and then in the last stitch make a slip stitch over here. And then just cut your yarn, I already did, and just get your tail right through it, and then just evenly spread your crochet work along your earring, and then weave in your ends inside of your work, and then your earring is done. Now you can see I didn't do it nicely over here. That should be, so I think I just put in my hook at the wrong spot, so I had to make sure I made a slip stitch over here. So I'm sorry if I did it wrong, but maybe you can see it in your own crochet work, because it doesn't have to be like this. So I'm sorry if I did it wrong on video. Sometimes it's just difficult to look through the camera and just make your crochet work. So this has to be like this. Let's see if I can just, let's see what I did here. I made a slip stitch in a wrong place. I had to make a slip stitch over here. At least it was at the last row instead of at the beginning. So just make your slip stitch in this space. I'm struggling a bit because it's very tight. Well, I hope you get the idea what to make, and then just make your row with the slip stitch and the single crochets in between the holes. So that's what I wanted to show you, how you can make these cute earrings. Hope you liked it, and I'm curious if you are making these earrings too, and in which color. And well, maybe I make some more jewelry with crochet yarn, with cotton yarn. But well, for now just happy crocheting, and until the next time, bye bye.